What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man coming at ya with your weekly recap, episode, and takeaways from the Midtown Brigade Fantasy Football League, and I believe this is week 9. Gotta come straight up with you guys. Gotta bring the heat. I missed week 8. Couldn't do a recaps. Life got in the way. Your boy had to hit a conference and do some work. But I'm back. And back with a flash. Back in style. And man, it was an ugly week. The NFL, the real NFL, there were a lot of upsets, which translated to a lot of upsets of some 2-6 teams to some 6-2 teams, 5-3 teams. There was a lot of upsets this week also in the Midtown Brigade. And without further ado, let's get right to it, man. And let's get to start with my recap. The reason why I start with my game first, because it's usually the first one, because I am on my page. And this week your boy went out against waiver wire studs. And look, I'm so glad I faced the actual 2-6 team that wasn't good, unlike the other ones that we're going to mention, because I was able to beat him 114-93. Look, it was a pretty ugly win. Got pretty lucky that Mike White went out early on. Again, got lucky that Dalvin Cook was shut down. Michael Carter didn't have a great game. Everything else was right there and going. And you know what? I got lucky. I got really lucky because my big three, Joe Burrow, and Mixon and Jamar Chase. Only Mixon stepped up to the plate with 28 points. Burrows had his worst game of the season. Really back-to-back games with picks and interceptions. Jamar Chase, man, he was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. 8.9 points. And let me tell you, none of my receivers showed up. Debo, 11.3, had the best performance of any receivers of mine. And I had these guys all perform instead of being top 10 receivers, they were performing in ranked number 26, 27, and 28. But either way, I was able to pull off the win. Studs, it's not the real studs, man. He actually used the waiver wire this week. But look, man, there's a reason why the man doesn't use the waiver wire. When he does, his players get hurt. I don't blame him for not using the waiver wire at all, man. I feel bad for the kid. But it is what it is. Your boy got a win. I'm 6-3. I am part of that nice group. There's about 4 of us who are 6-3 right now, and we'll hit that when we hit to the actual when I do the standings at the end of the clip. Anyway, moving on. New York Rico and Maximus. Wow, upset. One of the upsets of the week. New York Rico, baby, out of nowhere. The man came meleeing himself out of last week. He is playing like a man possessed. Upset Maximus 120-113. And that's even with having a real bad game, because Tyrod Taylor came back and really stunk it up. The reason why Rico took this down, man, it was actually your boy Marquise Brown had a great game, and the New England Patriots defense, along with Keenan Allen. That was a big factor right there. Look, it was a brave attempt by Maximus bringing Jordan Love, like a lot of people did in DFS this week. But Jordan Love did not deliver. And Aaron Jones, who was a top back, predicted to have the best game because of the scheme, not having Aaron Rodgers, the man almost put a goose egg. After that, the Dolphins' D was the only light in Maximus' book. But New York Rico, baby. New York Rico came back strong this week and pulled off the upset. That was the first upset of the week. Good job, Rico. New Era cut my balls. Oh, man. Wow. New Era delivered a swift kick to cut my balls, rendering him really defenseless to the ground and taking him down 132-117. It was a very intense game for Mr. Cut My Balls, and New Era definitely had big enough hands to cut that shit down. Huge game by Herbert. Herbert, 40 points. Alvin Kamara, again, back-to-back strong performers, in Jefferson. And so did Kittle. Kittle, with his return, sealed the deal, man. Came back. And actually, he did a great job welcoming back Jimmy G, man. There's a reason why my boy Deebo Samuels had a bad game, because Kittle had all his stats. Thank you, Jimmy G. This needs to stop right now. On the other hand, wow, the super stack of Cut My Balls, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Darrell Henderson have been putting up at least 70 to 80 points every week. And this week, wow. Traditionally, they really Tennessee came and knocked them in the mouth. Matthew Stafford has probably his worst game of the year as a Ram. Henderson got hurt, came back, left the game. And Cooper, he still had 20 points, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Darren Waller had a little bit of a nice shining light, but A.J. Brown, unlike last week when he faced me, did not come to lunch at all. So it was supposed to be a big week for Cut My Balls. Now, Cut My Ball is right there with all of us at 5-4. And New Era is leading the league. He's the league leader, best record right now. And I think he needs one more game in order to clinch a playoffs, bro. Is that true? If that is the case, man, New Era right now, he is balling out of his mind, and it's gonna be interesting. This guy might be the first one to clinch a playoff spot. So hey, it is what it is. New Era had big enough hands to fucking squeeze those balls. All right, let's go. Moving on to South Florida versus Team Cruz. South Florida Spanish Ninjas. Man, this man right here, man, pulled up another win. Pulled up another win, man. This guy's making magic happen, all right? Making magic happen. His team is starting to look like a real team again and not a bunch of cab drivers, okay? Or a bunch of inmates doing a pickup basketball game right here. His team is looking legit, all right? 20 points from Jalen. Ezekiel with 12 points. But then, look, Elijah Moore, man, the rookie Elijah Moore came out big, and that was the real reason. That was the difference of the game. Went down to Monday night at the wire. Deontay Johnson with those 11 points. Brought it to the house, brought him the win. Team Cruz, the upset bug bit him. Josh Allen, who should have kind of like just on his own deliver this win, had one of the worst games of his career against the Jacksonville Jaguars, putting up 12 points. It was a horrible game. After such a promising start on Thursday night, 38 points by Jonathan Taylor, everybody else went out to bed, went out to breakfast on Team Cruz. And South Florida Spanish Ninja, I'm telling you, he's making miracles happen, pulling wins out of his ass left and right, man. It is what it is. Better be lucky than good. He's 4-5. He's right in the mix. Moving on to Vicious and Team Broadway. Man, Team Broadway really brought it down to Team Vicious. I mean, Team Vicious really changed his name to like Team Atrocious, all right? Because he was a 2-7 team, 2-6 team that came in and did not get an upset, just like waiver wire studs. But Team Broadway brought it to the house. Great game by Kirk Cousins. Najee Harris had a solid performance in Monday night. But I'm telling you, he could have like not played a couple of players in his team and still would have beaten, Team Vicious by maybe 20 points. I'm sorry, 122 to 87. I mean, who puts up 87 points? It was pretty bad. I can't even give the guy a highlight. Who had? Well, you know what? Let me give him a highlight. Let me give Vicious a highlight. I'm going to show him some love. Carson Wentz had a hell of a game. Great game by Carson Wentz. I mean, A.J. Dillon had 13 points. Carson Wentz had 32 points. That was it when you want to see double digits. Everybody else was like, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if these guys were playing or these guys were watching soap operas or whatever the case may be. But Team Broadway, just complete annihilation. It's not like Team Broadway put a lot of points, but Team Vicious did not want to put up any points. I mean, it is what it is. And we are going to close it down with Gala Mod on Wednesday, who is on fire, by the way, against Team Brigade, who is not on fire. I mean, 3 weeks ago, Team Brigade was 6-0, riding a 10-game winning streak going back to last year. And, funny how fantasy football works. You could be on top of the mountain 1 week, and then 2 weeks later, you're like at the bottom begging for scraps, right? And look, I take it back. Vicious did not have the most atrocious win of the loss of the week. It was Team Brigade, all right? In the last 3 weeks, everybody has brought it to Team Brigade, and Team Brigade has not brought anything to the table. I don't know if that's going to confuse anybody, but Team Brigade, man, he needs to change his name to Team Stop It, because they need to stop beating the crap out of him in the last 3 weeks. It's been pretty insane. Patrick Mahomes, man, he's going to stick to Patrick Mahomes and you die. You got to do that. Pretty much else, apart from Cordell Patterson, this is bad. Pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. I didn't even want to go over this lineup, but look at this. Thielen, 8.6 points. Andrews, 9.4. I mean, Cole Beasley. There was only 3 players in double figures, and not by a lot. When your highest player scores 20 points, that usually a sign that you're gonna get your ass kicked that week. And Team Brigade has been getting the smackdown laid down on him the last 3 weeks, and I'm not talking about like small potatoes, guys. This is like full on rock bottom for Team Brigade. Get it? So Gala Mod on Wednesdays is on fire. I think this is the second win in a row, whatever the case may be. Let's go straight to the standings right now, and let's take a look at what we got working on right now. I'm telling you right now, man, Gala Mod on Wednesdays is up there, tied up for first with Maximus in the Uptown League. New Era at 7-2. Me and Bring It are right there, right behind them at 6-3. 1 game back. Look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Max is tied up, so it's getting tight, guys. It's getting really, really tight. Right now, hottest team in the league is New Era, followed by Gala Mod on Wednesday with 2 wins in a row for Gala Mod, 3 in a row for New Era, who has the best record in the league. And look, guys, it's not over until the fat lady sings. And after this week, when the week is over, the fat lady has sung, and half of these teams might be out the playoffs. I'm sorry, not even half of these teams. I don't want to discourage anybody, but put it this way: right now, waiver wire studs still has a chance mathematically. So is Team Vicious. Everybody at 2-7 still has a chance. Everybody, remember, you need 8 losses to lose. So bring it hard, bring it real strong. Unlike the real Team Brigade, who hasn't brought it at all in the last 3 weeks. I can't let that one go. Anyway, this is your recap, your takeaway from what week was this again? Jeez, I think it was week 9. Your boy, yeah, it's week 9 because it was 9 games. Your boy E-Man from Average Joe Sports Talk, owner of the Garbage Man from the Fantasy Football League, the Midtown Brigade, bringing you his recap. Signing out. Peace.